Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Grand Arcade. We're back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. And it's cold out there. Bundle up, campers. It's cold out there. Isn't that what they say in, what is it, Groundhog's Day? It's cold out there. And I got to open, not technically my morning coffee, this one. I've already had that. This is my morning orange juice, orange soda. Good stuff. All right, let's go say hello. Good morning, old man.
Good morning.
I told old man, I said, long time no see. Been MIA. Good morning, Twitchy. Gonna say, so much has changed on this map. Were you ever on this map with me? On this one?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, I was trying to remember back. So much has changed. It might take you a minute to load in when you get to that point.
Well, I think something went wrong because they say unconfirmed downloads.
Uh-oh. All right. Go in the house here and get warm. Too cold to be standing out here by the tractor at the moment. So, we are actually going to sell our first load of wood chips. I bought a second Brooks chipper. We started yesterday morning. Started taking out trees, creating new fields, expanding fields, merging fields. Today we are going to sell the wood chips. We have 2 Brooks chippers now, and we have right at 6 million liters to sell. So we're going to go, it looks like to me, according to that little graph down there, that the best time to sell them might be mid-January. So first day, second day of January. We'll look at the prices, how they're looking, and try to find the best price and sell them. All right. Is there anything on sale in the shop that we're interested in? Nope. All right, so let's go to January. It's cold out there. So I think the goal, sell the wood chips today, get to February, see what they plant as far as cotton in February, and then anything else in March, and then get to April, and then kind of see where things sit. We'll decide what we want to buy, what fields we want to buy, the status that they're in. Oh boy, there's that's a Stevie 7R.
Matt, I'll be back. I'm going to have to probably do a shutdown restart.
Okay. I don't know. not really on the list, and there's nothing that kind of stands out as it being special, so I may pass on this. It's a nice tractor, but it doesn't really feel Stevie-fied. Doesn't have the extra beacons. There's nothing. You get a little more horsepower on it, 420. Of course, I mean, the in-game one's 380, so. Yeah, and it's only 41% off. I think I'm going to pass on it. I normally don't pass on stuff like that, but I think I'm going to. I was like, uh-oh. I hit the button, but it froze there for a second. I was like, oh no. Alright, so we're in January now. Let's go look at the price of wood chips. Are there any in the 1,000 there? We might not reach 1,000, but I'm looking at that graph, and normally it's like the 3rd day of the month, but according to that graph, it's going to be the 2nd day will be the highest. There's a save. So I'm thinking we go into the 2nd day and then sell, and then we'll kind of learn from here, I guess. Where's the highest price at right now? $9.85 at Montana Prairie. Okay, right now, Montana Prairie and Ag Supply is the highest price right now. That might change when we go into the next month, but we'll look again. All right, I say we go into the next month. Let's do it. Or not next month, to the next day. Excuse me, not the next month. The next day. Good morning, Jeff, Twitchy, all y'all, good morning. Alright, let's see what that price looks like. Yeah, I would say today would be the day. Oh yeah, we got one that the farmer's market is at 1,000. 1,003. We're going to the farmer's market. Alright, we're going to go ahead and head over there and sell these, because if you look at that graph, if you believe that graph, it's going to start going down. It looks like it might already be. So let's head over there. Sell these wood chips. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Won't be long, y'all. The fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, Bedford Falls. Merry Christmas, you old Bailey and Lone. Merry Christmas, Movie House. Merry Christmas, Emporium. Can't believe I can quote that movie, but apparently I can. Oh, well, my beacons are reflecting off the snowflakes. Can y'all see that on stream? I don't know if you guys can see that on stream. My beacons are reflecting off of the snowflakes falling. Turn my hazards off. Maybe you can kind of see it now. Quite the setup. I actually had a panic attack while I was cutting some trees. I'll have to show you guys that here in a minute. Had some limbs left floating in the sky, and I was like, oh boy. Here we go again. It's 22 all over again, because we had that issue over on Alma on 22 where we had some stuff that was just left floating that was not a collidable, and the limbs that were there were not collidable, but I did find a fix. So we'll go over that. Oh, here comes DJ's custom lighting. Just turned off like a light switch, so there's the custom sunrise. I do like it. I wish it would transition smoother, but I know that's probably part of the base game that it switches over. Alright, is it here or is it over there that I sell the wood chips? I would say it's here. Alright, just to confirm, Farmer's Market, 1,003. And that is the highest price, Farmer's Market. Alright, let's do it. Start with the first one. Yep, right there. And we'll switch to the back. So we're selling 6 million liters of wood chips. We should make a pretty penny off of this. Morning, Crazy Legs. How's it going? There's old man. He's back. Hang on just a second, old man. Switch back over here. Welcome back.
Thank you. Can you send me that link again?
Yep. I think it's there. There we go. Alright, we're up to 1.4 million. You know the old saying, there's money in beans? There's money in wood chips. If you have the right tools, there's money in wood chips. But you also gotta go back and clear the stumps out, or take them out when you do it, and then go in and, you know, what we want to do is kind of take the land and plow it up and make some fields, make some new fields. $2.5, and we're not even at 50% yet. Morning, Yeti. How's it going? What mod is that chipper? That is the Brooks. That is the Brooks chipper. Up here where I can maybe kind of show it to you. That is the Brooks chipper. Brooks mobile chipper is the all-in-one, or the AIO. I think it's abbreviated AIO. This one is the last version, I think, that came out in 22. Got a stump grinder on the bottom, on the bottom side, and you can customize these to hold 3 million each. So that's the chipper we usually go with. Well, if you remember, they did have the price lower. It used to be the maximum price you used to get on wood chips, I know, in 19 and in the early part of 22. They changed it sometime in 22, Farm Sim 22. The maximum price that I ever saw was like $400 and something. But now, that goes up. If you sell it at the right time, we're selling ours at 1,003 instead of 400. So question is, how much are we going to make total off of this? We're already getting close to 6 million. Good morning, AC Gaming. Your dad's business would love if wood chips sold that high. Yeah. There's the first chipper. And there's the last one. So we made $6 million. Yep, $6 million, 19,000. So that is not too shabby. Go to harvest income. Yep, right there. $6 million, 19,000. Not too shabby. I don't know about y'all, but I'm taking my tractor back to the house. Get out of this snow, make me some soup. Maybe some chili. Nah, soup seems better. Chili is really more of a fall thing. Soup is for the winter, for the dead cold of winter. Nothing beats a pot of really any kind of soup. Taco soup. My favorite, which is the vegetable beef soup. Like the sirloin soup. Sirloin beef. Hamburger beef. Vegetable soup. I love that. Potato soup. Broccoli and cheese soup. Good morning, CM Gaming. How's it going? Alright, so now we'll go into February. And maybe into March. But we'll stop in February. And we'll see what they decide to plant in some of these fields. Maybe even going into, if it's nothing really, you know, outstanding, go ahead and get on into to April there. Yeah, vegetable soup, yeah. Yeah, broccoli, cheddar cheese soup. I like the potato soup. I like tomato basil soup. Get a bowl of tomato basil soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. Oh man, ain't nothing better. You can eat that anytime. But there's just something about, to me, I guess I grew up on primarily like the vegetable beef soup. It was cheap and easy to make. You're at. Go back in the house. You know, the one thing missing from Farming Simulator is your wife. And here cooking up a pot of soup. You know, maybe put a Christmas tree in the corner. I did say that they're bringing Halloween decorations into the game. I wonder if they're going to bring Christmas decorations in. You know, maybe like a wreath and some garlands, some lights on the house. Kind of curious to see that. They're bringing like spider webs and jack-o'-lanterns into what's that new map? The Highlands map. So I'm assuming that that will come to all the maps. All right, is anything on sale that's really great? Some nice stuff. That is the European version of the forage harvester that we've already got. I think we'll skip that. All right, so I did deactivate the silage, the harvester silos from producing anything right now while we're going through all these nights and stuff, because otherwise they would stop production, and right now I've just kind of got them shut off. So let's go into the next day in January. How's it looking, old man?
Oh, it's slowly downloading.
Okay. Gonna say it can't be any bigger than 15 gigabyte, because I'm almost maxed out on my Google Drive. Still no word of an update for this map. There's supposed to be one at some point, but don't know when it's coming. Alright. So I tell you what I need to do. Probably pay that loan back. Got 1.5 million still out, so I will pay that back. I think the goal is to probably pick up the fields where we bought the Northwest territory, the Northwest prairie lands, common ground, whatever everybody's calling it, something different. I've decided I'm settling on territory. So we bought the entire Northwest territory and the entire Northeast territory. My thumb's getting tired already. Switching to the middle finger. I can go faster. Yeah, I agree, Jeff. I've always said they need to put in the thing where you can select each, like, what is it called? Each point, not decimal point, but each dollar point. So to where you can change it on the 100 side, the 1,000 side, the million side, so you can customize how much you want to pay back. So all you gotta do is select like 1 million and then select 500 on the 500,000 part, and then just hit pay back. That would be a whole lot better than tap 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 tap, you know. All right. I've already looked at sales. Yep, I've already looked at that. So let's go into February. See what's cooking. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with cheese? It's an old, I know it's an old song, and it's not the lyrics exactly, from Hank Williams Sr. But they did have a commercial back in the 80s that was a promotion of dairy products. You know, they had a big push during the Reagan years, and it was a big push for people to, you know, buy more dairy, consume more dairy, you know, drink milk, eat more cheese, and all that. And that was one of the commercials, and it showed nothing but products with cheese being cooked on it. And that was the song, you know, is hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How about cooking something up with cheese? So I remember that. And everybody knows how to do that kick. The milk kick. I think that was probably a more popular commercial with the milk one. Because, you know, milk is kind of the basis for everything cheese, butter, you know, and all that. All right, let's go look at the fields. It's February 1st. Let's see if they've planted anything out there. Oh, yeah, they did plant some cotton out there. We got a couple of fields right there. Very interested in those. Won't buy them right this moment. But you can see I did cultivate these fields up here. That's what we ended up with that one. And that's what we ended up with that one. Looks like the cultivator might have missed a little strip up there. I have to go take a look at that and see what that's about. But then we're kind of watching this down here. We plowed a lot of this. We don't own these two yet. And we don't own that one and that one yet. So let's go into March and see what they got going on. Not interested in a Zetor tractor. Does old man have his own farm or does he help you? He helps me. If I remember right, we were just starting out doing contracts and all that stuff all over the place. And he's gone again. I guess he's restarting his computer again. Oh boy. Look at what's on sale. Is that a mod? So that's not the in-game one. Whose is that? I wonder whose that is. Is that a... Oh, that's the 9RT. Okay. That's the 9RT tractor. I found this one. Yeah, we're going to get that. Bump the horsepower up to 628. The track setup. I would say wide with weights on that particular setup. Front weight, oh, absolutely. Attachers, yes. What does that just do? That just takes off the quick hitch 3-point. And we'll get rid of the plate. No plate. All right, is that the most horsepower we can get out of that? 628. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. All right, let's go to the 3rd of February. When we get to April, I'll turn the harvest storage back on and we'll have quite a bit to do. Probably won't even be refilling those right away because we don't have any clover fields unless we buy one or plant one, and then we won't have anything to harvest right away as far as clover is concerned. Wait a minute. Which MacDon is that? Not the one we're after. Okay. So we're in the 3rd day of February. Let's go again. We don't have cotton to sell right now. We do have a couple of bales, but I'm just going to hang on to those. We don't have anything. We don't have a surplus of beans. We've got a little bit of dry corn, but I'm going to hang on to that for the productions. We actually do have a little bit of beans, but no, I don't think enough really to... Maybe for one load, but that's it. That's all we got. Ooh, that's one of those fancy planters. I don't know how I feel about this. It's one of those that does pretty much everything, but yeah, I don't know. I may go traditional that route. Let's see. Are we in March? We're okay. We're in March. I need to check the fields. All right. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So they planted oats. Ooh, yeah. Boy, they planted oats in every field that we want. Pretty much, except for that one. I don't think there's anything in that one right now. But they planted oat there. That would be a nice one to have. They planted oat there. And they planted oat there. So what we're going to do... Those are ready to go. Let me see if they got any weeds in them. They don't even have any weeds in them. The cotton fields do. I have to go in and take care of that. But right now, those don't have any weeds. Not to say that any weeds won't pop up in the next month, but yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on those. I say it's March now. Let's go to April 1st. What are those fields? It's got to be like spinach or something, right? Yeah, spinach. We do have that clover field up there, and then we have this one over here we could get if we wanted to. Because we had clover fields up here and we plowed them up. So yeah, the plan is definitely get that field. That's probably priority number 1 right there. And then probably that one. Then we can plow all of this together at some point in the near future. And then get that one and then see what they put over there. Hopefully they put something nice in there. And then we got to plant in April, so... Alright, let's go into April. We'll skip that planter for now. Watching for old man, trying to... I need to turn my sound alerts back on in TeamSpeak, I guess. For when he drops out and when he comes back. Otherwise, I just have to glance over there. There's another New Holland T8. We already own one of those, though. I don't really think we need that. How much is it on sale for? 55% off. That's not a bad price. We could get one with tracks on it. We've already got one like that. Really like the half track. Takes me back to the days of Farming Simulator 15. This was the kind of crown jewel of the tractors back on 15. Already got the max horsepower on it. I'm going to go ahead and get the half track. Be a nice addition to have. It's only 160. You can't beat that. That's 55% off. That's 168. Morning, Big Mart. How's it going? I'm trying to read your question crazy. Is all the fields you own active? If so, how in HE space K do you manage it all? LOL. Basically we just hire the workers out on it for the most part. Did I buy that? Can't remember. Did I buy that or not? No, I did not. So 435 Michelin half track, no plate. Let me buy this real quick. Okay. So let's go into the next day. Oh, heck. Okay. I guess you missed the C there. I was wondering, HEK. One of your favorite tractors? I've always liked it. That was, again, the crown jewel back in Farming Simulator 15 when I first started playing Farming Simulator. You had the standard T8, and then you had the half track T8. How many harvesters do you own? Currently, we own the one, the AF11. Been watching the sales though. Oh, there's a save. Try to go into the sale thing when it's saving. Been watching the sales to see if any more go on sale. Not a bad baler there. There's a Stevie one. Big crone. Alright, let's go into April. Old man has not come back yet. I'm guessing he's trying to restart his internet or his computer or both. Hopefully he can get that worked out. Alright, we are in April. Let's see what's on sale. Quite a bit of stuff, and actually I think, please be the 9. Dang it, it's not the 9. I was hoping that'd be the 9mm one, or the 9-meter one. We want the 9-meter one because we actually own the New Holland thing. But it's not. Okay. Let's see what we've got in the fields. It's going to take a minute for it to update. I'll head outside. Matter of fact, let me change my clothes. I think I don't need a jacket now. Go back to my t-shirt. Could do the sleeveless. I'll just do my t-shirt. Alright. See if it's updated yet. It's getting there. So it looks like they put something in there that we don't really like. They put green beans in there. So the decision would be to get that field and plow it up, probably. If it's got the fertilization on it, and then I see weeds in all the other fields, so we'll have to see what kind of contracts we got on them, I guess. Looks like the cotton fields have been sprayed already, so we're good there. Yeah, so the decision would be whether to get that field and plow it up and keep that first state and then plow all that together and plant it. Thing is, we can't plow it all together because that's in oats now. So I don't know. Maybe hold off on that one or get it and plow it up and have it ready for next year. We'll see where we stand after we get these priority fields. So that's probably priority number 1. That's probably number 2 down there. Then number 3. And then I would say we probably should invest in these cotton fields. Not bad, those two. What else we got out there? See, one bean field that's been planted there. Everything else we own. There's one more bean field there. And then, what is that, barley? Got another barley field there. Did they really replant sugar beets in that field? They did. That big field right there. They replanted sugar beets there. Looks like green beans probably in that one. Or no, spinach. Sorry, not green beans. Spinach. So I guess that's good news that there's only 2 fields right now that they have planted in beans. What is that? That's wheat. That's wheat. I don't see any. I don't even know why I'm looking up north. I guess there's maybe just only a handful of fields up there that we don't own. All right, so we know what we're after. We know what we're looking at. Let's see what contracts are available. So what field is that? That's field 87. There's a hoeing contract. I can't believe my voice is going out. There's a hoeing contract for that soybean field there. We'll take that one. Keep hitting the button. Sure, more stuff's going to pop up. Hey, that's not a bad one there. That's just down from the field we're already doing, so I'll go ahead and take that one. Dude, my stomach just sounded like a wolf howling. That was weird. Not bad contracts. That's a pretty decent one there. Go ahead and do that. Most of these are looking like hoeing contracts. There's the one we're looking for, 87. We'll start over there. Gotta keep hitting that button. There's actually a weeding contract. Where's that at? That's down... Where is that? That's way down south. There's another one. What did they plant down there? Sugar beets and spinach. Or no, that's canola. That's actually not bad. That's spinach. So, I've actually got to finish plowing those fields down there. Like maybe sunflower in that one. Or no, wheat. Got some wheat down there. Maybe we should get into the wheat game. Priority though, these up here. So let's go back to the contracts and look. Just keep hitting the button. Hello, DJ. I don't have glasses on. Hang on. DJ Snow? Yep. How's it going? Sleepy, how's it going? What land you harvest to get all the wood chips? Oh yeah, I need to go show you guys that too. We'll do that here before we get into these contracts. I'm just trying to get more stuff loaded up on these contracts here. Particularly on the fields that we're kind of looking at. There's that one. Yeah, we need that one. That's another hoeing contract, so we'll take that. Nothing on the other oat field yet. Maybe it'll pop up after we finish some of these other ones. Alright. Let's run... tell you what, it might be better just a tab up there. Ooh, there's our nice half track. There's our 9RT. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so I did invest in a telehandler. Let me tell you why. I had a panic attack. So, this is up here. It's kind of hard to tell where it's at. But there's our red farm. There's our harvester silo. This is where the trees were. Down here. There's the blue farm over yonder there. I have cut all of these trees. These are the floating limbs. I had a panic attack. I bought a telehandler, got up there, tried to trim them with a chainsaw, tried to do everything. I was like, oh boy. Here we go. Here we go again. So it was kind of like back in 22, we had some trees on some modded maps that the limbs were left floating. I was like, well, what are we going to do? I had all kinds of ideas. You know, I was going to build like a windmill in the middle of them. You know, or maybe hope for, you know, pray for an update or to the map or something. But there is a way to get rid of them. There's a way to do it, and you gotta get rid of the stumps. So make sure you get rid of your stumps. So we've got what, 2 limbs up there right now. It's kind of like whack-a-mole. You just gotta pick which stump it is and find the right one. So that got rid of that one. You can kind of get in the general vicinity. Find the stump. I bet it's that one right there. Oh, nope, that didn't get rid of all of it. Gotta get rid of that little piece too. Alright, and that got rid of them. So, if you cut trees on Judith Plains, or possibly any other map, and you have floating trees left over after you've cleared the tree out, and I cut all these with a chainsaw, okay? I didn't cut any of these with the Brooks chipper itself. But if you have any limbs left floating in the sky, I've got more down yonder ways. Make sure you grind the stump out. At least here on Judith Plains, that seems to be the fix for it. So I've got a ton of stumps out here. I've got to come in here and do a little bit of landscaping, a little bit of smoothing. May do a little leveling right here and then kind of smooth it off the side down there. But we can come in here and plow this up. Plant grass or clover is what I'm thinking. See, we got more right there. Okay, that gets rid of them. So I'm going to come back and do that, get rid of all the stumps. But right now I got to get on these contracts. Tell you what, I'm just going to go straight down to the farm. What's down there? Let's see. That is the other soybean field down there. That's a weeding contract. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that one. Oh boy, stuff keeps popping up. That other barley field up there. Might come back for that one. Okay, nothing else popping up. At the moment, nothing else popping up. So let's go down to the farm. We gotta find a hoe. Gosh, do I have that many tractors down there? Tell you what, I'm gonna take 6R. And let me put a front weight on here. Like our alfalfa's ready to cut. Sometimes you can do these contracts and you can watch the weeds disappear on the map. Sometimes you can't see it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. We'll start with the inrows. Do that. That looks good. Let's go back to the map here. There's that. See, it shows weeds there now. It is fully fertilized. And it is taking it off. So you can see it on this one. So that's good. So you can sit there and watch him take the weeds off. So this field will be ready for us to buy as soon as he gets done with that contract. Alright, we've got several hoeing contracts, so I need to get another tractor going on them, I think. Probably that one, especially. Need to put some fuel in this one. Do some repairs here. Not cut it up with my chainsaw. Probably just a tractor. Alright, full on the blue bar, full on the orange bar. And the yellow bar. I guess that's the color for diesel, yellow. And they were all yellow. Oh no, I'm singing Coldplay. Hide your girlfriends, hide your wives, hide your mistresses, hide everything. Saw where the guy is planning to sue Coldplay. I don't know what he hopes to accomplish from that because he doesn't have a case. He was at a public venue, and yeah, you're the one that actually, I don't know how the laws are. Wasn't that over there? Wasn't that across the pond? Wasn't that like in the UK or something like that? I don't know how the laws are over there, but here, technically, you're kind of breaking the law a little bit here. I guess it depends on what state you're from, but you're breaking the law if you are discovered or have had an affair. Because you enter in. Oh yeah, I'd say you're breaking the law. Guess it just depends on what state you're from. My thing is like, okay, you're gonna take this to court. What judge or jury are you gonna get to hear this case and actually take you seriously? Because you're the one that were, having an affair, not just against your wife, but, you got 2 kids too. Come on. You got 2 kids. My thing is like, he had to have wanted to get caught. To be at a public venue like that, people are taking selfies and videos and pictures, and it's a Coldplay concert, so. Oh, there's old man back. Hang on, let me get this going, old man, real quick. Alright, let's go get old man back in here. Welcome back, old man.
Oh, that's good. So, I got one mod. For some reason, it won't download.
Which one is it?
It's the Halloween pack.
Halloween pack.
Yeah, it's the Snake Buzz Halloween pack.
It won't download, huh?
It won't download. I tried it 3 different times. Re-download everything. I mean, I download everything. And everything but that.
Everything but that. Well, let's go. Save the game. Wonder why that one won't download.
I don't know. It says it will replace it, but when I pull up your game, it says it's not unavailable.
Maybe. But you said it wouldn't download at all, right?
Well, it downloads and it replaces it, but when I go into your game, it shows unavailable. So I don't know if it's not downloading or if
maybe
it's
maybe it's one of those mods. It's not a multiplayer mod.
It could be.
I know Phil got in with it. I think activated though. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Got so many mods.
I bet you I have more than you.
That's not it. Those are all Christmas mods. Where is the Halloween pack? What does it start with?
It's Snake, Buzz, or B.
Gotta be back up here.
Yeah, it's that Halloween pack.
Mm-hmm. Not one of those. Maybe I just didn't go down far enough. Not one of those. Oh, I bet it's right there. That's got to be it. Halloween pack. That's it. Alright, now I'll try it. Yeah, a lot of times it'll, for some reason, it'll say, hey, you need to download this mod. But as long as you've got the mod from the mod pack that I've got in my folder, they should match up. Just don't hit download, just hit cancel on it, and it should load right up. I don't know why it didn't, but you had a lot of mods. I'm actually kind of curious to see what the number is up to on my mods.
You'd be scared if I told you how many mods I have.
I have 526. But you got to realize that 526, not all of them are activated. Some of them are maps. And I've gotten rid of a lot of them. Actually, I think I went and got rid of all the Vultra mods. Trying to remember. I got rid of some other ones too. I know a sprayer that I need to get rid of as well. We actually sold that back yesterday.
You said you have 350?
To 526.
I got probably a little bit more than 300 more than you. But my mods are, I got mods from other things. Like I got the Terraform farm mod and FS Miners, all his downloads.
Could be a mod conflict with something, I don't know.
Could be.
Well, Giants is bringing Halloween, their own Halloween stuff in the game coming in November, so.
In November?
Yep, coming with the expansion pack.
Well, I was at Lowe's, about maybe 2 weeks ago, and they're already starting to put up Halloween stuff.
Yeah, Lowe's. I think everybody has it pretty much going now. Home Depot, all your home stores, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby's probably had theirs out since spring, and they put Christmas stuff out in June, so.
Yeah, they were just putting it up, and I walked past them. I said, "Way too early, guys. Gotta put that stuff back away."
Yeah, just like Giants to release a Halloween pack for Thanksgiving. I'm wondering if they might not release that part of it early. It would be nice if they would, because it's like, okay, when does that expansion pack come out? November, what is it, 4th or something like that? That's after the fact. That's after Halloween. So maybe they'll release that as like a small update before Halloween. Maybe they'll go ahead and issue that out. But they did show it off in the video. What was it? FarmCon, I think. So your farmhouse will have jack-o'-lanterns, and it will have spider webs. It puts spider webs on your farmhouse. And I'm thinking that will go across the board to all the in-game maps. This going, and then I gotta get the planter going. Yay. I'm wondering if they're gonna bring Christmas stuff too. They may show that off later down the road. The closer we get to the release. It'd be nice if they put, and I know, there's certain stuff that they probably won't bring in, but they could bring in like a wreath to put on your door. It most likely it'll be probably something to go on your farmhouse. So maybe Christmas lights around the trim or something. A wreath on the door, some garland on the rails or something like that,
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Alright, got my hose working up north. Gonna take my weeder down here and hit this bean field real quick. Actually downloaded the custom modding planter, but before I even got a chance to really invest in it, I watched John's stream, and I was not surprised to see that the planter had all kinds of problems. The sprayer, we had their John Deere sprayer, and it had problems with the AI, and it was missing huge, not just tiny little spots, it was missing huge chunks of the field. They need to send that thing back to testing and make some fixes there. I think I've got one last thing from custom modding that actually works, and it's the S790 Deere combine. The only thing I've got left from custom. Get that's rolling. There's the cultivator. I'll put this on the other seeder / planter that I've got down here. And then we do need to do some more plowing today. We've got some more fields to plow together. But we need to get the planters rolling. Finished this field, got it, I did some smoothing down there in that little ravine kind of area. Still may have to come back and do some flattening down there. Do some leveling. But we'll see how it does with just the smoothing. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Oh, I need to go on the other side of this. Scoot it over without flipping it. Yeah, let me just not risk it and just go ahead and go around the front. Alright, need to get some more seeds and solid fert for this rig. I'll go ahead and fuel up here. Do my repairs. Nope, don't customize that. Alright, so we're kind of focusing on all corn down south. I think we're going to focus on a majority of the north up here, especially north of this highway that stretches across the north side. Do these in beans.
Okay.
Let me head down to Tractor Supply. Switch that over to beans. There's beans. And then there's I think the other New Holland tractor's down south. We can put it on the New Holland planter, and I think I dropped it back at the Blue Farm, so. Alright, Tractor Supply is the place to buy. I know my front tank is full. I just gotta fill the planter up here. Whoa, not get stuck on anything in here.
Which new Holly did you want?
The T8. There's a T8 with duals on the back. I think it's got a plow on it.
Yeah, it's got a plow. It's all the way down here in 13.
Yeah, you can bring the plow back up to the blue farm, and then I'll take that International down there and finish plowing those cornfields. See how good of a job I did at making these little skinny fields over here on the far west side. Looks okay to me. Might just be a couple passes, but alright, we're rolling. Yeah, this International's already down here, so I'll just take it over there and hit the cornfields. Yeah, there's money in dried corn. We sold a lot of dry corn in the winter at the ethanol plant, and we had a full loan out, and we were able to pay back that entire loan. Sold it at like 1900 and something. Put some go-go juice in here. My repairs on here. Did you see any of the previews for the Highlands map?
No, I have not.
Oh man, it looks great. Basically, just go watch the first 2 Harry Potter movies, or even just the first one, and that's where we're going.
Sounds like fun.
It looks great. We're getting field onions, so that's the new crop. We're getting fish, so we'll have fish that we can grow in like a hatchery, and then we can also go out on a boat and go fishing. I'm pretty sure you can fish from the bank, but somebody said that they thought you couldn't, so that still is to be seen. I think you can because they put it in the graphic at the beginning, so I wouldn't think they would put something in the graphic that you couldn't do.
Well, if we can do that, you know where you're going to be finding me.
Going fishing?
Going fishing.
Yep. The map itself is really nice. It's set in Scotland, so we're getting the Highland cows that are like have super long furry hair.
Yeah.
We're getting those. We're getting a steam engine train. And basically it's pretty much the Harry Potter train, except I think it's a different color.
That would be nice to see.
And I think this is the first map that you drive on the opposite side of the road, too. Matt, you haven't bought the ethanol plant, have you? No, I have not. There's a lot that goes into the ethanol plant that we don't have yet. That's good, don't. There's no way to put propane in unless you use developer tools. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, no, we haven't bought the ethanol plant. Basically, I like that as a sell point, to be honest. That's usually the highest price for the dry corn, from what I've seen. Is there a benefit of having 4 back wheels? 4 back wheels? Oh, you mean like duals on the back? Well, I mean, you get more stability. You get a little better traction in real life. Now, as far as the game is concerned, yeah, I mean, I think you get more stability. I know when I put a heavy implement on the back of it, I think it gives you more stability. I think it's better. But you don't have to. You can do standard, you can do wheel weights. You can, do wide tires with weights. On most models. Now, there's some tractors that don't share all of the different options. But the modded ones, a lot of the modded ones have a lot of options. A lot of realistic options, I'll say, too. Alright, I need to go investigate the north side of that second big field that we made. Let me go take a look at that real quick. Still torn on this one. This would probably, I think this would probably be the biggest one to plow together so far, but with the crops being different, even if you did the same crops in these fields, it would still be hard to plow it together because the fields are not even like on the edges. Plus you'd want to I want to come in and do the perfect edge on it like I did kind of the other fields. So I don't know, I may not plow the fields together down here yet. May keep them separate and then just do different crops in the separate fields. But that will change soon because we're going to buy this field as soon as that guy's out there done hoeing it.
You're planting soybeans in that other field you created too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me go up to the north side. Are you on the...
Yeah, I just moved the case over to the next field.
Okay.
Do you want to hire that out, or you want me to go ahead and plant it?
You can go ahead and hire it out if you want to. You know what? I need to give you the power to do that, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Let's see. Farm management. How do I get over there? Nope. Farm management. You gotta be in farm management. So there's old man. Yep. How do I get... I may have to pull over. Farm management. Old man. How do I get off of that far right side? Did I break the game? Okay, I'm back up there now. Is it not one of those? Okay, I'm back over there. How do I switch? There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Let's see. Promote to farm manager. I don't know why that wasn't working. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. Alright, that should allow you to do that now.
Yep, got him hired.
Alright, let me run down the north end of this field here, because it's, for some reason, it looked like it didn't cultivate part of it. Bet it's that right there. So it looks like it might have come over a furrow there somehow. Gotta fix that. That's probably why it moved over. Yeah, it looks like it goes all the way down here. You can kind of see it there. I may just go back down through there with the plow. Yep, right there too. I don't know why it did that. It looked straight to me when I plowed it out. Guess it wasn't perfectly straight. But I'm glad I cultivated this because now it's smoother, I think, to drive on. Keep an eye on it here. One thing with the field creation, you gotta make sure it's right first time. Looks like it's already scooting over. Yep, it's already scooting over. Gotta make sure it's just one furrow. Nope, just one. Come on, stay straight. Alright, I'm close to the end. Gotta go back and fix those spots. Still one furrow. Go back and fix those spots real quick. Here. Harder to do with this map because the edge is over there out of the controller range, so I have to switch to keyboard and mouse to do this. Alright, got that fixed. Got that little spot right there to fix. May have come over a little too far on that one. No, don't hire. Yeah, got out in the field just a little bit there. Okay. Looks good to me. Right there is where the other part is. You get one furrow over there. Problem is, you can't see around these trees that are hanging out over the field. Makes me want to come in and remove them. Alright, got it fixed. This field's fixed and ready. Now to merge these together. So, can't do all three of these fields here because the road down here at the end has signs on it. So this road, this is not really a road, but this doesn't have any signs through here. So we can plow these two together. It's that one right over there that actually has a gravel road. And for some reason, DJ felt the need to put signs on every single bend and turn of the gravel roads. Even the ones that run through the fields. So like this gravel road here, it's a road literally to nowhere. But he decided to put a sign right there. Road closed. I mean, it would have been nice to have that sign right back here, right here. You know, like right here. Saying, okay, the rest of the road here is closed, but not put it in the field edge area, you know. DJ decided to put it in the field edge area here. So, what that means is, we could either grass this in right here or just not plow these together. And I'm thinking that's a lot of land right there to grass all that in, so we just will not merge these together. That field will stay its own field. So I don't know what we'll put in there, but it might be the same crop that's over here on this side. Morning, Steven. Hit the right side. Hit the what? Hit the right side. Oop, I got over a little too far. When you give access. Oh, back when I was giving him a farm manager? Yeah. I was probably just hitting the wrong button. Alright, so we got those two there. We'll leave that field as it is. Guess we could put a different type of crop in these areas. Maybe do like wheat or sorghum or something like that. Try to eyeball this one. Alright, I think I'm gonna try to go straight from this corner here. It's one of those things where you just kind of gotta Can't really use the GPS, just kind of got to eyeball it. Morning, Tomcat. Nope. I was already over far enough. I may come in and do a straight edge here. Allow it up to be even, and then I'll come in and probably change that. Just because the sign is kind of over there. One on the other side's okay, but that one is like right there, so. Probably need to start at that other end. Unless I want to do... Unless I want to do like the edge on it. Yeah, I'll just bring that edge in. seems to stay straighter. Locking that in and just going down the end of it here. All right. Back to the keyboard and mouse. I'm gonna make that a wee bit bigger there. Oh, that felt like a save.
Are you baling straw or picking up straw? Because we have a lot of fields that have straw in it.
We can just plow those under.
Okay.
Yeah, that's leftover soybean straw. And the time to sell it is January-ish, December 3rd, end of December, January-ish. But there's not a whole lot of money in it, so I'm not worried about it.
All right.
And then I'm gonna try. Do these by eye too. Just like that. When we get project merge complete, it's gonna be a while before we get the whole project done. We only own 2 of the major territories. We own the Northwest Territory and we own the Northeast Territory. There's still the Southwest and the Southeast, and those are about double what these are up here in price. At least this weekend's work, yeah. We already got quite a bit of it done. Go fly around here and take a look at what all we got done. So I'm working on this field down here. Just got to take out these in-betweens now. So this is going to be one field. Would have made this one field, but there's a road sign on this road, so we can't do it. This is the one I finished yesterday. Took out this tree line right in here. Allowed all that together. Probably could do a little smoothing right there. That looks kind of steepish right in there. I might come in and kind of do some leveling too. Leveling's expensive though. So we got that field. And I think right now, for the time being, this is probably the biggest one maybe. Had to leave this road going in here because there's 2 signs on it. Can't get rid of the road signs. And then we have this field here. This one, it's going to be pretty big. It's probably going to be bigger than that one when we get it all said and done. We'll plow all this together. But the biggest field, when we get there, is going to be this one over here. I can't even zoom out anymore. It's going to be all of this. This is going to be the biggest one. It goes all the way down here to the highway. And then what we're going to do is come in and cut this field more into these woods here. And then hopefully be able to connect them to that field right there. To that edge. Straighten that out. Can't merge that field with these because of the railroad tracks. But this one we can straighten that edge up there. Extend this edge down through the woods here. Get rid of all the trees. And then plow it all together. Oh look, purple. That's weird. Weird, I get a little purple circle over the clover there. That's strange. Oh wow. It's like an eclipse. Look at that. That's weird. Does it do it with the alfalfa too? Just with the clover. Like a crop circle. Like an alien invasion. We've come to your planet to harvest all your clover. Mm-hmm. I had to save. Morning, Trent.
Morning, Trent.
Yep, I'm out of orange soda. And another Dr. Pepper and Dr. Pepper until my first break, which is coming up not too far along from now. Alright, so we got that one done. No more weeds in it. I think we can go ahead and pick that one up. It's fully fertilized. That one's 1 million, just a little over 1 million. got the other one done down there. That one right there, it's fully fertilized. No weeds. That one. All right. Oh yeah, hey Trent. If y'all decide to come up here, I don't know, it might be like this on other parts of the map too, but if y'all decide to come up here and cut trees, you will have some floaters left in the sky, but you can remove them. You just gotta take the stump out. So there's your floating limb. Just gotta find the stump that they were connected to, and the limbs kind of point the way. So that stump is right in here somewhere. Should have been connected close to the tree. Oh, I think I stood on it. There it is. So that, yeah, see, that gets rid of it. So just an FYI, when you come in and cut some of these trees like this, just make sure you get rid of the stump underneath them. Make sure you get it all. And that should get rid of the limb. So no more limbs in the sky. I gotta come back and work on a lot of the trees that were up here that were like that. Gotta come back. I've got a lot of stumps out there to remove. And then plow that up. Probably need to do some landscaping out there too. There's a couple of spots that dip pretty big. I think right here is one. I don't think smoothing would benefit here. I think leveling and then just taking it down the bank over there on the side would probably be the best bet. So just run the leveler kind of from here over to there, and then just smooth that edge over there. It goes down to that creek anyway, so. Or you just use lumberjack in that area. Well, I'm using lumberjack. That's how I took the stumps out with the chainsaw. That is the lumberjack mod. And all those trees were cut with the chainsaw. So it's not like I used the brush chipper to cut the trees out of there. Doesn't matter how you do it. Just got to get rid of the stump. Yeah, bought a telehandler, was up there in the sky trying to delimb an invisible tree and trying to cut the limbs. The limbs are not collidable, they're face throughable. And I was like, well, they're still here, and they're still where the trunk was. And then I got to looking at the developer area side of things, and I was like, yeah, there's still a stump down there. I wonder if I get rid of the stump. Sure enough, got rid of the stump. They took care of it. So there's no place to put propane in at the ethanol plant. Is that what I'm understanding? Save. Oop. Yep, King of the Hills coming back tomorrow. I kinda wanna see where they take some things from season 13. Because they're labeling the Return series as season 14, so it's really just a continuation of the original show, but it's some years later. Somebody said that they are gonna pay homage to, respects to the people that passed, and there's quite a few of them now that have passed. Alright, out of curiosity, let's see what this field looks like now. Totally worked. We'll go ahead and hire this out and let him plow out this grass, because this is not going to be a grass field anymore. Leave him, let him do his thing there. Those are some big fields now. Yeah, they're getting bigger. This is going to be the biggest one thus far. We just bought this field. It's in oats. We've got all these fields. I'm going to wait to plow them all together to merge them until we get done harvesting those. I think I'm going to go ahead and put some crops in these fields, but I'm not going to merge them together just yet, because I want to make it a perfect field. And to do that, I need to do the tree work down here. I'll park this down here and get started on that later. So the plan is to come from, I think it's this edge. Plan is to come from this edge here and go straight that way. And we've got a little room to play around. If we needed to move the edge over, you know, a furrow or a few, we can. Kind of curious as to how it lines up as it is right now. Let's go in and take a look. So basically I'm going into the painting tool. I'm not actually going to paint anything. I'm going to go in and select the grass one. And I'm just going to make it a decent size. Just to where I can kind of see it from space here. And I'm going to switch back over. Move my empty orange soda can out of the way. I'm going to switch back over to keyboard and the mouse here. And activate the perfect edge mod line here. So go that way. So now I can't move it up and down. It's only going to go that way. So I'm going to go through the woods. Zoom out a little bit.
Do you want to cut this alfalfa and then pick it up and put it in the silo, or?
Yeah, we can cut it.
All right.
So it doesn't line up with that field perfectly with that one over there. Oh, it does bump into the highway there. So what we need to do is come from this direction. Actually, it's right up against the highway. Just couldn't see it there. Let me go back over here and make sure it's still lined up. I've been holding the key here for the perfect edge. Maybe I just wasn't zoomed in on it enough. So we're still where we were. So this will be the plowed line. I don't know why it keeps disappearing, but it does. So it goes through there. So this will be the edge of the field if we keep this line. The bottom of the square there. Which I think we need to move it up. Because it does run into the highway here, and it's got to go all the way over to this other highway. Yeah, and see, this highway curves up. So we need to kind of shave off a little bit of that other field over there on the west side. And probably go from one of these fields. Probably that one. It does shave off that little edge right there, but I'm not too concerned about that. I want to have plenty of edge there to park a truck or, you know, something like that. So if I start it right there, lock in the perfect edge. That would be the plow line. Guess I need to come down here. Because this edge looks pretty straight. I need to put this on the bottom side of that. Make it a little smaller. Lock that back in. Maybe move it down a little. Yep, that looks good. It's not in the crop right there. I'm gonna go ahead and take this across. Where there's actual field. And I can come in and plow that up and merge that together when the time comes. But since this is going to be grass, I'm going to go ahead and go across through here. And then try to go through the woods. Very laggy. This will be the new edge of this field. Doesn't shave off a whole lot, just takes off enough to Alright, and that's as far as I can go because there is the railroad tracks right there. So that will be our new edge. And we should be able to go out of this now. Bring our tractor out a little bit. Should be able to take a little walk through the woods. Came through here with some Roundup. Killed all the weeds and grass. And even maybe some of the rocks. So this will be the future part of the field right here. All this will be part of the field. So it might be logical to focus on clearing the trees north of this line first. That would mean quicker processing of creating the new field. Hello, welcome in. Surprised there's not any floating trees. I haven't seen any actual floating trees yet. Alright, for some reason it didn't do it right there. I guess it skipped a little right there, but we know kind of where we need to plow from on this side. So we can plow and merge these fields together, because we know that the bottom edge of this one lines up with that over there now. Let's see where I went through with it. Alright, so we got a lot of tree work to do. May have to invest in some more brush chippers, because we know at just over 1,000 for the price of wood chips, if it's just over 1,000 on the market, that 6 million liters, which is 2 brush chippers, that gets you just over 6 million. I would say maybe invest in another 2 brush chippers. That way, when the time comes, we'll be able to make more than 6 million per sale if we meet that same price criteria, and in theory make around $12 million, which would secure our ability to acquire the Southwest Territory and, in the future, the Southeast Territory, plus any other fieldage that we would want to buy, and maybe a new toy here and there. So we got a plan. All right. No floating trees. It's a miracle. The only thing I've had is the floating limbs, and as long as you get rid of the stumps, it gets rid of those floating limbs up north. So how many acres do you think it will be? I have no clue of calculating acres. I don't think you can. Once you've started, merging and expanding and creating new fields and stuff, I don't think you actually can calculate those areas. Only thing I can think of is maybe taking a pre-made field and harvesting and this is maybe something John maybe could do later in the future for science purposes, taking a pre-made field, having one header make one harvest pass on that field, and take the amount that you harvest off of that field and then compare it to the amount that you harvest off your new field, and then you'd have to do a lot of math there. There'd be some mathing to do. Quite a bit of mathing. Alright, so I'll leave that tractor down there for now. Got this one planting beans up there. Did the weeder guy finish? Looks like he did. I'll take this and go grab the Kinsey planter and get started on those other fields up there. what that's doing, but it's doing something. You have to walk into the field and guess on all the new lands. Well, that sounds like the old-timey way of doing things there, Jeff. I reckon we'll get us plenty of bushels of beans off them there fields. We'll get plenty of corn, plenty of barley, plenty of wheat, plenty of that cannoli, plenty of the taters and greens and beans and peas and spinach and all that stuff. We ain't got into that stuff yet, but we will. I watched a King of the Hill episode where they went to Montana to visit Peggy's family, and there was an old man there, and everything you ask him or talk to him about, he has some kind of old wise man saying to it, old cowboy saying. And one of the sayings, I'm trying to remember exactly how it went. He was like, "Well, I reckon the sky don't talk too much, but the ground has all kinds of answers." And I'm like, what? And there's the blue planter. So the front tank is full of liquid fert. We just need to refill the back. A little bit of seed and a little bit of fert. Still gotta merge these fields too. I'll do it after we cut it though. Looks like you're already going on it here.
Yeah, that small miller, I didn't realize it turned it into hay.
Oh yeah, don't use the small one. The small one is just for grass. Does it turn the grass into hay?
I don't know if it turns grass into hay, but it does turn
the alfalfa into hay? Huh.
So I was figuring we'd just bale those up real quick. It's only 2 rows.
That's weird.
I've already stopped it.
Never noticed that. Yeah, they brought in that mod. Trent and them told me about the mod about the swathing mod. Now you can do grass. Well, it has to be a dedicated grass field, and you can do the alfalfa and the clover with the swather head. And it gives you a 20% bonus on the yield to swath it. So it kind of takes, it's almost like swathing the crops, you know, you still get that bonus if you swath the crops. Oh yeah, I can see the hay there.
Yeah, there's only 2 rows, so I figured I can bale those up. I've already started the cutter. And then sell them when the hay's ready.
Yep. Got a lot of expansion to do down here too. Bring this field down a little bit. Got the grass field up there behind the sheep area. I'm gonna plow up there and expand that. Got a lot of trees over there on that other hill beside that field. Gonna make that field bigger. Love some ditch hay? Yeah. We're gonna have plenty of it. Switch this over to beans. looks pretty good. Just stick with one headland right now. Bro. We're... Oh, okay. So you had to make a circle. Okay. Where are we going? Bro. No, that's the border. You can't drive through the border. Oh my goodness gracious, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Well, you're fired. This guy was not like this morning. I want this guy drug tested now. Someone quick. Get a urine bottle and a mop. Maybe he'll do better starting up here. Okay, that's the same plan. Sir, Sir, I don't think you're grasping the concept here. No, you can't start planting right there. That's a highway, see? Oh boy. I think I'm gonna have to do, let me see. I wonder if I can start him from the other end, if he'll do better down there. There might be a magical place to start him. I don't understand why he's not following the lines. He's trying to plant on the highway. Might need to plant a strip of grass. Yeah, I think that's the one edge we didn't do it on. I did down here. But we might have to go back and fine-tune these fields a little bit. A little bit more. Wonder if I do 2 inrows. Yeah, I don't think that would make a difference. I did a strip down here. I have to make some pretty wide strips of grass down through here or something. Alright, think it over. Okay, that's the plan. Follow the plan. Do not deviate from the plan. Uh-huh. No. No, sir. What? No. Not that field. Nope. Come on, turn around. Here you go. Come on. Turn around this way. Keep going. Nope, not that way. Other way. Come here, boy. Come here. Nope. Not off the map. No, no. Nope. Like babysitting a toddler or something. Tell you what I'm gonna do. For the time being, I am going to do manual inroads. I do 2, that should get him, hopefully that'll get him out of trouble. I need to turn my lines on, there they are. Takes a second for the lines to load it. What does more grass do? It adds a buffer. It gives them a little more room to, I guess, turn around, and maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe he's thinking he's got all that extra grass over here. And he's probably trying to triangulate. He's probably thinking this is all grass and he doesn't see the trees or something, or maybe he doesn't see the border, because that is the border. So if you put more grass in, maybe he would turn around on... I wonder if I should just go ahead and do a quick strip of grass. Tell you what, we'll test this theory out. Let's back him up. Put in another strip of grass. Let's do it right. Put in a big strip of grass there. Switch back over to the keyboard and the mouse. Hopefully this will give him enough room to think things over. It'll definitely give us some more grass to mow. Ain't a bad thing. You know, y'all know I don't mind mowing grass. Ugh, I hate it when those saves hit right when I'm doing this, though. Okay. Now I'm gonna go this way with it. this side while I've got this kind of locked in. That way the edges kind of match. When you planted the strip up there, did you have to do any of that manual, or did you hire that out?
No, there was. I hired it out, and there was only one little spot that the planter didn't get.
Alright. So I can come back and put a little bit of gravel on the edge there. Alright. Let's see how he does with that in the corner down there. It adds a pretty big swath of grass there. I may just have to do that all the way around. It's already recalculated it for the GPS side. Now let's see what it'll do for the hired worker. Two. Let's go back down to 1. Let's try 1 again. Where are you going? Come on, turn. Turn! I gave you plenty of room, man. What is he doing? It's like he thinks the field is that way. Bro, do you see a field that way? You're trying to drive through a tree there, man. Maybe try to start him the other way? See if he'll go that way? Maybe try hiring him without headlands. Maybe that's the problem. Well, if we have enough grass on the end, shouldn't need any headlands. off headlands. Alright, let's see if he'll work without the headlands. Turning the other direction. This is a good sign so far. At least he's not trying to go off the map. Well, what are you doing? Alright, he is planting. Planting weird, but he's planting at least. You have the same issues around the edge of the map, so it may just be something to do with the map. Well, Sean, your suggestion is working. At least he's planting now.
I'll be back.
Okay. For some reason, he's having issues backing up. I wonder if it's just the tractor that I'm using? I didn't think so. Hey, look, now he's wanting to plant... For some reason, he's wanting to plant curves on the end there. See that? Hmm. Good morning, Farmer Nick. Well, I've used this planter before and never had any issues with it. It was on the other New Holland tractor and not this half track. I don't know. Well, yeah, I'll definitely have to come back and hit the headlands manually. Funny the way he's turning. So he's backing into the planter and then coming forward with it. He's making an entire little loop here, and then he goes that way to line up with the next line. But he just absolutely refuses to do the headlands. An articulated tractor might be better, but you would think this one would work too. And I never had any problems out of the other one. Maybe it's this half track. About the other guy, where is he at? Yeah, see, he's doing okay. He's doing the headlands and everything. He's a little bit different, a little bit smaller. And he's not a tracked tractor. Let me grab this one and see if this one makes a difference. Okay, we got a sheep in the field over here. with a lot of roosters.
How did you get a sheep in the field? And chickens?
Yeah, well, those are roosters. I think the roosters are having their chicken cult meeting, and they're probably planning on sacrificing the sheep.
Yeah, probably.
They're all moving in sync too. See that? They're definitely part of the chicken cult. Buddy, this is not a good place. You need to run while you can, man. Oh boy. Boy. You ever seen the chickens prey down there at the farmer's market?
No, I have not.
So when they're praying, they straighten their wings out horizontally, and they just stand there like they're meditating. It's very strange. They had a goat down there in the field just south of the farmer's market. And they had the goat spinning around in circles. I'm gonna drop this plow over here. Kind of out of the way for right now. Alright, YouTube. Hopefully this works. We'll come back in the next episode and see if this works. We're going to swap these tractors out. Until the next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see y'all in the next video.